te whenua kia tautoko i te rā nei e. Haere maira, haere maira, haere maira.
Ati he maurora. Peki mai kake mai hara mai rai muri te komore aroha i te whainga mai o tātou ma te tuatini. Ko oki te honga, ko oki, e taku tū nei te honga e maho ea ke. Nā kaora e te ki te pūte e eri nei te tara whare ki aki ai au. Ka wate. Nā re. Tuatahi e mihi tēnei ki tō tātou matu nei te rangi. Ai o matua kore i manakitia mai tātou kua te tū mai i rungi i te kaupapa i tēnei wā. Huri atu ngā mihi nei ki te kuini Māori ngā waihono i te pō e noho mai rā i rungi i te torono tapu o ona tūpuna. Nō re, kātua, hei te mihi atu ki apa e te minita. Minita Hoggard, Andrew. I pai tinana mai, i hoki tinana mai. Kei waigi nui a mātou, hei whakanui a te kaupapa i tēnei rā. Kei waigi nui a mātou, tēnei kaupapa ko te Open Day, o mātou nei. Nā eiko nei mātou e te nei tau. Ngā mana whenua, ko Ngāti Tamaoho, ko Ngāti Tiata, ko Ngāti Tipa. I ko nei anō hoki tētehi o mātou ko Pamela Soy, ko mohi ana e koe i aia. Tētehi councillor o Waikato Regional Council. E hare mai ana ki te awhinu ia koe. Anō hoki ko 14Z, ko Leanne tēnei. I hara mai, hei awhi, hei tautoka te kaupapa te rā. Ko Brandon Bōtene, ka mohi anō hoki e iaia. Ko ia te kanoi, the face of the vegetables in Pukikoia, I would say. We have Kira. Kira is the chair, co-chair of the Tautaro Pukikoia Trust that you've helped establish. And this is part of the creation this day today, that the Trust, as well as the Ahi Kawariki, the National Centre of Excellence, has put forward on our behalf. And Simon is the new president of the local Pukikoia Growers Association. So we're all here to welcome you here today. I was meant to be on the agenda later on, so I'm going to cut this really short so I don't have to speak twice and you don't have to listen to me twice. But I'm going to get it all out real quickly right now, Minister. And what I would like to say is that we are really appreciative. Not only appreciative, it feels like a bit of a blessing that you've actually returned from your previous visit, and we do recall the message that you left behind in your previous visit. And one of them was about the projects that we were going to undertake being nationally applicable. And I've got wonderful news, Minister. All of the projects that we've invested in here are nationally applicable. I know other people are going to talk about that, like Kazi and so forth. The other thing I want to talk about is how we got here. Now, I think one of the waka that we journeyed on to get here was one of innovation, Minister. Collectively, we took an innovative approach, and part of that approach was whanaungatanga, was being a collaborative, was working together, hence the group that you see here today. So it's been innovatively based on this idea of whanaungatanga, that we're actually one big family, the Waikato Regional Council family, the Auckland Council family, Hort NZ, and mana whenua working together. And I know other areas are actually looking at us and saying, hey, we'd like one of those. What are they doing over there in Pukikoia? We'd love to have that. So that's one of the things that we've done. The other thing we've done is I think it's innovative design, Minister. And you'll see that in the projects that are going to be talked about later on. And the other one I would like to leave you with is that we're still working on and we're hopeful for. It's innovative investment. And that's where hopefully you come in, Minister. We'll talk more about that later on. We'll leave that in your court. You're welcome to say a few words. If not, we could proceed with a formal closing of the ceremonial part. We have a hongi, but it's in your hands. Kia ora. We'll just have a quick way after I say that. Cup. I te mea noi nai tuku iho, I tuku iho.
Just checking everyone can hear me all right. I don't need the mic. Thumbs at the back, so that's all good. Look, thank you very much for the introduction, Rumura. I'm still not getting used to formal introductions like that. I'm very much used to just rocking up to something, sitting down and getting on with it. So it still feels really weird. It sounds really weird that anyone could consider seeing me twice as a blessing. But look, it's great to be with you all here today. Look, a special welcome to the growers from as far away as the United States and Canada. I haven't caught the news this morning. I'm pretty sure Canada is still an independent country, not yet the 51st state, but I could be wrong. So look, it's great to be here and celebrating all the great research that's being done in the vegetable industry. Now, this work supports the industry to help grow the New Zealand economy and our reputation as a high quality food producer and exporter around the world. The vegetable sector, it's a very diverse sector covering a wide range of crops. It involves hundreds of growers from around the country, and it's great to see so many people here today for this event. Vegetable industry, it's an important industry or contributor to New Zealand's prosperity. In 2024, it achieved $721 million in exports, with industry estimates putting the domestic value at over $1.5 billion. And then of course there is the nutritional value of what your sector does, which is hard to just measure in simple dollars and cents. The industry also provides employment, supports regional economies, and delivers healthy, nutritious food for New Zealanders and consumers around the world. The new Vegetable Industry Centre of Excellence, which has been showcased here at the Vegetables Big Day Out, is a result of hard work and the vision of iwi and the vegetable industry. Our government is privileged to support Te Taratara o Pukekohe Trust with the initial funding. The trust shows how we can all work together to help New Zealand's vegetable industry delivering great results. Our government's priorities include harnessing opportunities to grow the sector. This will be an important part of our ambitious goal to double the value of exports within 10 years. To make the most of opportunities, we recognise the need to remove barriers to growth. So we'll need to see regulatory burdens faced by the vegetable industry ease, and the need for resource management where necessary to occur. And there'll be a lot of that happening this year. It's very much on the agenda. So, it's a big phase of work that we will be doing. Currently, we're focused on changes for the resource management, the national direction package. So this will be including changes to the national policy statement for freshwater management. Vegetable growers have faced various challenges in this space with obtaining consents, being able to just do business. I have neighbours who are vegetable growers. I know a number of vegetable growers, and I know the challenges in undertaking what is an essential part of vegetable growing, which is crop rotation. It's vitally important that crops are rotated, that you're not using the same land each year and every year in the same paddocks for crops. You've got to be able to move them around. What was having sheep on it one year will have potatoes the next year, etc. And that is a key thing, not only for maintaining disease risk, but also just for keeping the soil healthy. And we've seen rules that effectively haven't understood that practice or the need for it, and have just lumped everything together and said, oh, that's intensification, it can't happen, and not recognised the fact that, yes, that paddock may be more intensive than what it was last year, but it's corresponding, there's a paddock somewhere else that's a whole lot less intensive, so understanding that balance. So there will be consultation on this work. So it'll be a few months down the track. The aim is to have the suite of national policy directions out by the middle of year. So look forward to your contributions and thoughts on that when it comes out. The other key piece of work, of course, is replacing the Resource Management Act, and that will be happening this year. The intention is for it to happen this year. It'll be 2 pieces of legislation, and the enjoyment of property rights will be the guiding principle to that. Again, encourage everyone when it comes out to share your thoughts and views. Just touch on a couple of other issues. Crop protection products. You'll have undoubtedly heard, possibly even experienced the challenges of getting new products into the country to replace old chemicals, and the need for having those new chemicals, and some of the challenges and delays that have been put in place through regulations. Now there, you may have heard of the review that the Ministry for Regulation headed, and both myself with the ACVM hat on and food safety, and Minister Simmons, who has control of the EPA, were involved in as well. So we are considering the report on that, in fact having a meeting on it tonight, and that again will also be out for consultation pretty shortly in terms of what is going to be put in place there to hopefully speed that process up whilst maintaining safety. But we can't have a situation where people are waiting 4 years for critical crop protection products. So that's an important thing that will be happening this year. Just on biosecurity, that's the other hat I wear, and obviously it's been a busy few months in the biosecurity space. Thankfully not for vegetables, but certainly fruit growers were probably worried there for a little bit, and obviously the poultry industry got a bit of a scare earlier on last year. I just want to thank the vegetable sector for all the good work you do to protect New Zealand's biosecurity. It's good to see things like the boot wash. We've all got to take biosecurity seriously and just look at how we can not only safeguard the country but safeguard our farms. We can't just rely on saying it's all controlled at the border. We've got to make sure we've got internal borders as well. We're taking sensible precautions on our properties, so if anything does sneak past, then we've got 2nd, 3rd, 4th lines of defence in that regard. We are also updating, we seem to be updating a lot of stuff at the moment, the Biosecurity Act, and it was 30 years old, and so we've just finished consulting on that. I will be getting feedback soon from officials on the sort of summary of that feedback, and then we'll be making decisions on how we proceed forward with those suggestions. So certainly I look forward to further engagement with the horticultural sector on how we move that one forward. So look, once again, thank you to everyone for having me here today to open your event. We can all be very proud of our vegetable industry and the exciting work that you're all doing to grow and enrich the industry. I want to acknowledge the hard work and dedication and contributions to the vegetable industry of everyone that's here. And I look forward to seeing growers take advantage of new knowledge and research to improve their own businesses. For me, going to events like this was always something I could take away something from, apply it back to home, and always make the farm move a bit faster.